The best radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
Welcome to chillloverradio.net. This broadcast is brought to you by promodj.com, mix-sets.com, Open Bar Music, Asuka, Digital Distribution, Media Services NYC.com, DiamondFuse.com, and MyDigitalDepot.com.
Chill Up Radio, you on the air?
Yo, what up? It's Jay Blaze.
What's going on, Jay Blaze? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? How's everything? I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for being here. Let me introduce you properly. Chill Lover Radio listeners, please welcome my man, artist, CEO of Global Music Group, a.k.a. Mr. Heatwave, Jay Blaze.
Thanks, bro.
I had to give you the proper introduction.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, but we appreciate you setting aside some time this evening, man, just hanging out with us. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I love doing stuff like this, and I love chatting with the people for sure.
So, man, could you give the listeners some history, how you got started as Jay Blaze?
Crazy enough, I've been making music and started an entertainment business probably at least over 10 years ago. I used to record demos at a friend's house. There was a LA radio station that I won some freestyle competitions on, and I got my first manager. And from there, everything just started to grow. I did some things with Disney very early on, and right around the time I turned 18, I started my own label, Global Sound Music. And it was more or less because I kind of seen that music was starting to shift that time even away from CDs. It was the very early on parts of the ending of Napster when iTunes started, and then iTunes started to shift away to streaming music and YouTube and such like that. So I kind of just grew with the times and remained relevant by how I started, just being independent and making music and putting it out right away. You know what I mean? And using social media, that was a very big thing back then. Starting out, a lot of people were getting their big breaks on MySpace and so forth. Now MySpace is gone, and we have Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, you took it back to MySpace. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, man. So now, I know I heard you say you love to just make music no matter what type of genre it is, as long as it's great music. Now, I know you wear a lot of hats, CEO of Global Music Group, rap artist, and etc. Now, could you define yourself as an artist overall? I mean, let the people know, who is Jay Blaze?
100%. I started as a rapper out of necessity because I wasn't getting the attention I felt that my music and my creativity deserved. I had to learn different avenues. I definitely look up to the Jay-Z's of the world, the Diddy's of the world. That was always my thing. So being an artist alone wasn't my primary focus. It wasn't my sole focus, not my primary focus. I'm a rapper, CEO of my own label, and my own label started to do so well, and people started to take such recognition that we have now merch, we have touring, and we also have branding and marketing for other labels, artists, and companies and brands.
So let me ask you this: where or who do you get your inspiration and creativity from as an artist?
Definitely any CEO of a label. I think that's a big deal for me. Jay-Z, I've had the chance to meet him and be mentored by him and talk to him, as well as Diddy, as well as Snoop Dogg, as well as Master P. Those are people that I look up to and that I've had the honor of having friendships with and business conversations with, and so forth and so forth.
If you don't mind me asking, what type of advice did they give you? And like, what's the most?
To be honest with you, when they look at the music scene now, they always tell me, I know it would be easier to sell out or go for an easy viral hit, but the industry is still going to need leaders. So continue to do what you're doing, continue to brand yourself, continue to market and license yourself, and stay on the path of being a CEO, because you're not going to go wrong with that. And a bunch of them have said they really feel like that's my contribution to the game. There are a lot of new artists that stand out in different ways, whether it be trolling on social media, dyeing your hair different colors, tattoos. I don't have any of that. I just always had that foundation of real dope music, dope product, at your commitment to excellence, and putting the business alongside with the music. 50% commerce, 50% art.
That counts, man. It shows. It really shows, man. You are complete straight about your business, man. I see that. Well, let me ask you: Does all your creativity come from the studio, or home, or just out and about somewhere? Like, how do you come up with the content that you come up with?
I tell stories of either my life or the things that surround my life. I've been very fortunate enough to have been exposed to a lot of things early on, and I think a lot of the things that I rap about or talk about, especially earlier on, were ahead of my time, and people just caught up now. But everything is very authentic and true to me and true to my voice. And even now, when I'm dropping music, I'm making sure to say things that only Jay Blaze would say in a way that only Jay Blaze would say them. Not talking about myself in third person, but as an artist, as a rapper, definitely that is a big deal for me to be able to do, because I feel like everybody has their own DNA, their own experiences, their own eye. You know what I mean? And the world wants to hear from that perspective. And I think the clearer that perspective is, the more people like to listen.
Definitely. You're the CEO of Global Music Group as well. What made you start your own label? What sparked your interest to start your own label?
Just looking up to my elders, looking up to the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's of the world. And like I said, it was more of a necessity. I never liked to be, as an artist, it's very interesting. A lot of artists either have managers or different labels, and the artist was always the last person to find out about their career. And I never liked that part about it. I wanted to be, if there was a problem or if there was a success, I wanted to be on the front line of that so I could help put my input. So that's when I just went ahead and started my own label.
Now, how hard was that? Was that difficult?
Yeah, I mean, I put in lots of my own money. I put in a tremendous amount of time, energy. I mean, I've dedicated myself to not only the business but my craft.
Wow, your grind is strong, man. I compliment you for that. Wow, because a lot of people don't have that drive, man. They don't have that drive, and you show that.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I know that's right. Now, what's rare about you as an artist? You make that known that you're global versus other artists that may be fine with just being known local. But what inspired you to take the mind state of just to striving to want to be known as global? Because most artists don't have that thought process. So I think that's important.
For me, growing up in Los Angeles, I grew up in all areas of Los Angeles, everywhere from the hood all the way up to Beverly Hills. So for me, I always had to tailor my personality to the different groups of people I was hanging around. Never selling out or never not being authentic, but really taking in the opportunities and some of the blessings that were around me and some of the distractions as well, and kind of tailoring. And early on, I really thought that if you didn't have a global footprint in business or in music, you wouldn't be around very long. So I caught on, and I started to call my label Global Sound Music Group, and it was one of those things where I had to code switch. I could hang out with the dope dealer on the corner, and I could hang out with the Fortune 500 CEO, and sometimes even in the same day. And I felt like that was a very global mindset that I was entering into without picking up knowledge. You might pick up the hustle, the 18 hours that someone might be standing on the corner, and you might pick up the intelligence or the smarts and the conversation that a Fortune 500 CEO is talking about doing his business in London. And I think you can find a happy medium between that and then being young and impressionable and listening to Jay-Z and stuff like that. I kind of started to find this balance, like, oh, I can walk in both worlds. And as I started to travel more, I've been to London, I've been to Japan, I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to Australia, I've been to Mexico, all these different places outside of the U.S. Definitely those people connect to me very much so because of my music and because of my thought process to include everybody, to be universal, to be global.
Wow, man, you are a one-of-a-kind artist. So
thanks. I'm definitely trying to leave my footprint. So
yeah, man, you're doing an excellent job at that. Really, I mean, wow.
Appreciate it. Hasn't been easy.
Yeah. No, I know. I can see a lot of your fans. They show you so much love, man. And could you share with us what's been the most enjoyable moment when it comes to performing?
Having the fans know the words to the songs, really.
Oh, man.
I mean, that is really a big deal to have fans follow your journey. Sometimes it'll be, I actually had this, I used to do high school tours maybe about 5 years ago, and there was a kid, he was like 14 years old or so, and literally he, years down the line, he's like, hey, remember that one song you performed? I barely even remembered it. But he remembered it. Remember that one song you performed? Can you go ahead and send me an autograph? And can you send me that song? I've been looking for it. And he was an adult. And that happened back when he was still in school. So that was one of the highlights, definitely performing throughout the years.
You got a couple mixtapes out that people come up to you and be like, hey man, I still got your mixtape you did in such and such year. You ever had that happen?
Yes,
You like, I ain't even got a copy.
Yes, I love it.
Like,
or people reach out via online and different stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
like, I ain't even got a copy of this. Well, see, like, this point in your career, man, what has been a milestone as far as like a goal reacher? What goals have you reached in your career? Over 10 plus years that you're proud of?
I mean, there are definitely a few of them. I just went on a radio tour and had my song playing on over 40 radio stations throughout the U.S. I think that was a big deal through the iHeart network and a bunch of different other networks. Being played on radio in L.A. and stuff like that. I performed in a stadium with 10,000 people.
Wow.
Starting Haters Stay Back, being recognized by my peers. I mean, there's several highlights. I can't pick just one.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, have you ever had a crazy night and said to yourself, yo, I gotta write a song about this, man. Let me put this on one of my track. No, I was gonna say, I'm gonna ask which one. Wait, can you recall the moment?
Yeah, there's two there. So Cool Drinks, actually, it was about this girl that I met way back when. It was like, she was from another country. She came here on vacation, and I ended up dating her for a while. And that was about Cool Drinks. See, I met her on a hot summer night, 100%. Wow. And then there was another song that I put out called Last Night. I got super wasted on the way to Coachella. The night before Coachella, I didn't even sleep the whole night. And when I woke up, I came up with the hook. Still messed up from last night, and it turned into a whole song, and that was actually my first daytime radio play. It was a big record for me, especially on the West Coast. In different radio stations. It definitely broke a boundary for me to be able to construe my feelings on spot like that. The people really understood how authentic it was.
That's a dope track too, man, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Track. Where else do you get content as far as when you do like your music videos?
I usually try to brainstorm on concepts that are really relatable and true to life. I plan on shooting like 6 videos coming up, and I think I'm gonna, try to tap in to what people will relate to. I'm trying to tell my story in a different and authentic way, and just the landscape. I think right now, one video can really take you so far.
Yeah.
It can take you farther than anything. Just like the This Is America video from Childish Gambino, I think one video can take you further than anything. So I really, from here on out, is going to be focusing on my videos a lot. Just making sure that the people can relate and the people can see my vision and my authenticity and make it the song and art.
I say one of the videos I think is amazing, man. The tracking is banging. It's game changer. Man, that track is addictive.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I love that track, man. Yeah, I think
thank you. Appreciate that.
That track, man, I feel like it defines you as one to bring more to the table than just your average artist, and that make you stand out. And I think the We Global, they local movement is powerful. So
I appreciate that. That video actually features A's baseball player, Uncle Chris, who's a really good big supporter and friend of mine. And the concept of that video was actually parallel. It was kind of like a remake to that movie Limitless. The movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper, where he takes a pill and he starts to become limitless. And at first he starts off like kind of like a lazy, creative, depressed. And if you watch that video, you'll see me like in an apartment. My girl breaks up with me. There's pizza boxes and stuff everywhere. Yeah. And then you see me in the suit walking around the mansion, etc., for sure.
I'm about to watch it again now that you said it's come from late. I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, one minute. Perfect.
Welcome back.
We back with Jay Blaze. Jay Blaze, what's good, brother?
What's good? How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. Slamming track, man. I love that track.
Thank you, man. I'm glad the people like it. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, brother. Man, one of the things I love is that you go outside the box when it comes to making music, and it just allows you to be more just creative and different from other artists, aka switch it up. Switch up is another track I love. But you always say everybody out here be doing the same thing in one of the lyrics that you were saying in that track. So what you bring bring been different to the table, man, and that's what you stand out from the rest. So we really need more creativity today in this music industry. So I really want to say thank you for being different and being you, brother. Thank you, because we really need that, man.
I definitely appreciate that, man. I definitely took a lot of slack for it in the beginning.
Oh yeah, man. We don't have enough of that. So what is the most important thing you would like your fans to take away from your music, learn from your music?
You know what? That anything is possible. You just have to keep believing in yourself, and you definitely have to commit yourself to being excellent. It's definitely a commitment to putting out great work, putting your all into things, and not really giving up. I hear people tell me all the time, and you know what? Living and having fun too. I hear people tell me all the time, I can't believe you're still going, or are you doing this? Mm-hmm. If you take a look at my life, I've been able to live through my music. My music and my life have become one. I would have never been afforded opportunities that without the music. And people say, oh, I see you living, I see you still dreaming, or I don't know, living your dream, or good that you pursued your dream. And with me, I'm like, it's just about my life. It's just like, what else can materialize at this point? I feel like I've been fortunate where just so many things have materialized in a way that these things would never have happened without the music. Yeah. No way. Not in a million years.
I mean, that's the thing. You passionate about what you're doing. When you passionate about something, you actually just keep doing it until you get to where you want to be at, and you stay hungry. So I get that, man. I really do. Let me ask you, how long has it ever taken you to finish a project, whether it's music, video shoot, just when it comes to just problems you deal with on a day-to-day basis?
Sometimes it could be quick. I just recorded a brand new song. I wrote it and recorded it within days.
Oh, wow.
So, like, in a day. I mean, I got the beat, I wrote the hook, I hit the engineer up, it came through the next day, we made the song, and it overall probably took me about 20 minutes to write, and probably another 30 minutes to craft. So, that particular song, but other songs could take weeks. You can be sitting on a beat. For music videos, it all depends. Sometimes it's one day. I think now my biggest thing is the concept. I'm focusing on the concepts, and that's my number one thing, is focusing on the concepts, right? So I feel like that's where I put most of the time. Once I get the concept, all the other things I've been doing for 10 plus years, so to write a verse is not a problem. I don't second guess myself when it comes to that. It's just more or less the direction. What am I trying to say to the people? Where is this going? Those things are the most important, and that what takes the longest time. But I feel like now I'm starting to become a seasoned storyteller, and it's all about what story I can tell the people.
So let's talk about your clothing line, man. What made you want to start your own clothing line? What sparked your interest in that?
For years, I was looking for merchandise, and one day I came up with this song called Haters Stay Back, and I said, haters stay back because you don't want it. And it kind of just stuck, and the song became Haters Stay Back. I shot a video, and I tested it. I printed it on a couple t-shirts, and I just stepped out wearing the t-shirts, and people were like, hey, what is that? Where'd you get it? What is that? Where'd you get it? So I named one of my first or second EPs, Haters Stay Back. And after that, it actually made a fair amount of noise. A lot of people took to it. So then there's a part 2 right now called Haters Stay Back, One-Way Ticket. And Cool Drinks is on it, Game Changer is on it, and Switch Up is on it as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
Those are the singles off the project, Haters Stay Back, One-Way Ticket. And people really connected to it. As I tell the story more and as I grow the brand, I just give the people what they want. That's what my dad always tells me, give the people what they want. So if people ask me about something a lot, I know that I'm headed in the right direction, and that's what the people want for sure.
So like with the clothing line, like the type of clothing, how do you come up with the styles, whether it's hoodies, sweatpants, like how do you decide like what to push out as far as pants, sweaters?
I wear it first, or I'll give it to a couple of my friends and let them wear it, and whatever the people react to, whatever the people ask about consistently, that's what I always say, if about 40 or 50 people ask about it, then the people must like it, because it really has to catch people's attention for me to put it out and push it.
Oh, wow.
And that's one of the biggest things. I have yoga pants. Like, all the people have been asking me for colors. They're like, we want more colors. We want blues. We want different color reds. We want brighter pinks. We want greens. We want all these different colors. And as I do that, people support, and they come out and they buy the merchandise, and they buy the tickets to the show, and they buy the merch at the show. So So whatever the people are asking about is what we go with.
So what type of advice would you give someone who wants to pursue a career in the music industry as an artist?
Get to the point. Get to the point. Stay away from people who are going to tell you can't do it. But really focus on being self-sufficient. I think with the dominance of the internet, things change a lot where you can literally make a song in your bedroom, make a video with an iPhone, and it can go viral and change your life. So never let people tell you can't do it, 1. 2, being self-sufficient. 3, just being very focused and driven and getting to the point. I think that's a big deal. Getting to the point is a big deal because when you're telling a story, you want to get to the point of the story that you're telling. And people can connect to the point in 6 seconds. That's why Vine and Instagram and all of these things, these short form videos, you can get your point across in 6 seconds or less. So if you're making some piece of art, it doesn't get the point across within 6 seconds, you need to start over.
I strongly agree with that. Yeah, I strongly agree with that. So, you have any upcoming projects, events, any tours you want to let the listeners know to look out for? Just any between fall and even next year, the holidays. You have anything coming up?
100%. I'm going to re-release an EP that I already dropped called Haters Stay Back, Success is the Best Revenge. And then I'm also going to drop Haters Stay Back, One Way Ticket, which is the album. And I'm going to drop a bunch of new singles. There's a single by the name of Cave In that's going to have a video to it. I'm dropping another single by the name Level Up. I'm dropping another single by the name of Easy Money. So you guys are going to get a lot of videos, a lot of shows, a lot of content, and some shows coming up towards the end of the year, 100%.
Well, Jay, it has been a pleasure having you on Chill Lover Radio. Make sure y'all check out my man Jay Blaze. Stay in tune with the label, Global Sound Music Group, and man, tell them where they can actually locate you as far as like the website, the social media plugs.
So I got the new website dropping. You can go on there now. I've just got the coming soon page up, but we're finished with it right now. I'm going to launch it with a video. You just go to www.jayblaze.com. That's JAYBlaze.com. www.jayblaze.com. JAYBlaze. And you can find me on the Instagram at IamJBlaze. That's IamJAYBlaze. Those are the 2 main places that you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all of that. Come check me out. Come talk to me. I respond to my comments. I respond to my DMs. So if you got something to say, say it.
You heard it. You heard it from the man himself. Make sure y'all check him out, man. He got a lot of stuff in store in the future, man. Thank you, Jay Blaze. Brother, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. We're global. They're local.
Love that, man. That's a powerful movement. Power. Have a blessed night, brother. Peace.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
That's right. Keep it locked right here where you got it. It's Chill Lover Radio.